All right, so I'm going to give you 5 reasons from an amateur on why you should get this DJI Pocket 2. So what are my 5 reasons? Well, first, I'm just going to jump in before I tell you about that. I'm going to jump in and tell you that I am an amateur. I'm not a pro.
Call a learning curve.
If you're looking for that pro review of the DJI Pocket 2, you're going to want to jump over to one of the other channels out there, because there's a lot of professionals out there that are reviewing these, and they'll tell you about all the different settings. That's not what I'm going to do. I look at it strictly from an amateur point of view, and what does that mean? Basically means we don't have like a $3,000 camera, and I don't want to be fumbling around with a bunch of stuff trying to figure out all these different settings. I want something I can turn on, I can start recording, and go from there. My wife and I have had this YouTube channel for about 3 years now, and we've always used our cell phones. We have iPhones, and they've done a great job for us. Okay, so what are the 5 things that tipped me over from using just a cell phone to this DJI Pocket? Well, number 1 is it's small and compact. And some people go, well, Eric, so is a cell phone. Well, you're right, it is. A cell phone is small as well, but this little thing can fit right inside of my pocket. And the cool thing about it is, if you've used your cell phone, and this is the one thing that annoys me, is I'm still getting the text messages, I'm still getting the phone calls, and I use my phone for work, so that's what's always coming in. So I'm utilizing it for 2 different things, and I'm getting the phone calls coming in. And then the other thing too is that battery drains pretty quick on your cell phone. So I wanted something small and compact like the cell phone, but I wanted it with the power and the flexibility of using something different from just a cell phone. So number 2 is a gimbal, right? A lot of people will say, well, Eric, you can get a gimbal with your phone and you can use a gimbal. Absolutely 100% true. In fact, we did a video on a FIEYUTECH gimbal that we use with our cell phone. I'll put a picture up here, and I'll also put a link in the description of this video. But why actually using this over the gimbal and the cell phone? Well, the gimbal and the cell phones worked great. We actually went to the Denver Zoo, and there were some people going, whoa, what is that? That's pretty cool. But then there was also some people, you're carrying around this gimbal with your cell phone, and they're kind of trying to dodge you and get out of the way, and it's just obtrusive. I mean, I'm walking around with that, and it's just a lot of stuff to carry. When I was looking at this, I'm going, wow, I can use a gimbal, and it's tiny. This thing's tiny, so I can walk around with it with a gimbal and get all the benefits of having the gimbal, but in a smaller, compact size. So that's the second reason, is the gimbal. Number 3 is the wireless mic. Now, I'll tell you what, I know a lot of people have looked at the wireless mic on this DJI Pocket 2, and they're like, oh, it's obtrusive. You're right, it is. It's a big little box, and it's not something that I would want to haul around. However, that wireless mic was a big selling point to us, because we've done some videos in our state, and it's always windy here. And it's so hard to kind of get through that wind and edit the video and everything, that I was like, gosh, if there was just something that we could use that I didn't have to hook a wire up to the phone too. So wireless mic is number 3. I will say I do wish DJI, though, would take a look at that, at some of the comments that are out there about it, and try to come up with something a little smaller. But at least we will have the flexibility to use that if we need to, and just want that wireless feature as well. Number 4, and number 4 is a big one to me, was the syncing of the pictures and the videos. Now, I'll tell you what, if you use iPhones and you utilize the cloud like we do, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. My wife and I, when we go on trips or vacation, she's using the phone, I'm using a phone. We're both taking pictures and videos, and what's so cool is all that is synced together. And then somebody brought up, they said, well, hey, you know what? You can plug your cell phone into it. You can download your pictures right on there, which in a sense is the same thing we're already doing. So I was like, that's pretty cool. So that actually tipped me over on that one as well. And the number 5 reason is sound. Now, I've watched some YouTubers out there and stuff, and they'll say, hey, make sure you have good sound in your videos. And I'll tell you, if you've used your phones for video, sometimes you can run into sound issues, right? Because you're using the phone, you might be far away, maybe the wind, like I was talking about earlier. This thing has got microphones on every single side of it, and you can actually direct the microphone as well. So if you're just recording someone in front of you, you can direct the microphones to that person, so that way you're giving most of the power to them microphones in the front. Or you can have it reversed to you if you're like doing somewhat of a selfie type thing. Number 5 is definitely the sound, and I'm pretty excited to try that out. All right, so that's my 5 reasons. From an amateur's point of view, nothing fancy, just wanted to be able to use it as opposed to using the cell phones all the time. Hopefully that part helped you out. So before I jump in and kind of unbox this, I did want to give a shout out to a YouTuber that actually really helped me out and even answered my questions, honestly, when it came to this thing. And his name is Sky. So I'm going to put a link to his channel in the description of this. I'll also put his picture on here. You can see his picture. Definitely check him out. That guy's awesome. He's a charismatic guy. He's building his channel. And I've been really impressed with him. And I'll tell you what, any YouTuber that I can send a message to and they respond to me, that's a big deal. Because, you know, it's always my goal with the channel. I try to respond to people as fast as I can. I know it's not always going to be perfect, but that guy was on top of it. And he's got over 1,000 subscribers, so I know he's getting multiple questions all day long. But, you know, all right, so now I'm going to unbox this baby and show you what's inside of it, show you all the cool little pieces that come with it. I've never looked at this before, so this is my first time, so we'll see. Hopefully I don't break anything opening it up. But I will tell you, when you do get this DJI product, make sure you get one of these as well. Now, if you buy it on Amazon, they'll actually have that recommended thing. But we'll tell you, pay attention to that, because there's been some other things that we've ordered, and sometimes that recommended thing's a big deal. There's probably people out there that have ordered this and didn't know they needed an SD card, and they get it, and oh my gosh, what do I do? All right, so if you can see this, when you open up the box here, it's actually going to give you the example here that you do need to go to the App Store and download the DJI app or Google Play. It gives you the QR code there where you can go to do that. I'm going to pop out this thing here first. And when you open up this little box here, it's got all the different attachments here. Different attachments for, you know, whatever type of phone you're using. And this is actually for the iPhone. There we go. So there's the iPhone one. And that'll just slip right inside of the DJI. The other thing that's in here, of course, is you've got just your standard cords. You got one of these, which, you know what, I didn't really know how much I would use one of these. Something to keep in mind, especially I'm assuming if you're walking around, you don't want to step over something and drop it, but it's kind of cool to include one of them. And right here, of course, you've got your USB-C where you can plug it in and charge it up from there. It looks like you could probably charge two things at once. So that's what's inside of this little box. All sorts of stuff. All right. So what's sweet about this is basically the DJI just pops right in this case. I like the case. It's a hardback case. So I was kind of worried about that because I'm like, well, I want to make sure everything's, you know, safe when I'm carrying it around. So then you pop it out and look at how tiny this thing is. Wow. I mean, that is just incredible. That is so cool. And then of course, right here in the front, this is where the iPhone connection is going to stick right here. So you just slide that on and that's going to go right inside of there. But you can see this. I mean, it's got the little covers on it. It tells you what everything means. In the side here, you've actually got the port where you can put in your micro SD card. You can see the speakers on each side that I was talking about. I mean, pretty incredible little device. Here's the charging port down here at the bottom. Of course, you don't want to cover the microphones. I will tell you that, so be careful with your hands. But I mean, you just look at that. I mean, that's just like... just tiny. That's pretty cool. Now this is the creator combo. So I've watched a lot of YouTube videos, as you probably have, and there's actually YouTubers out there that bought just the camera and they didn't buy the rest of the items that would come with the creator combo. Make sure you do that, because every video I've watched, people have said, oh my gosh, I should have got that stuff. But inside the creator combo here, you have this thing, which is going to be your tripod, and this folds out, and you've probably seen that in the videos as well. So that is awesome. A microphone. And I mean, it's a cool little thing. It's not gigantic, but I mean, it is something, you know, if it's on there, you know, you're going to notice it. But it's got a little clip on the back, and then it looks like this charges up as well. So potentially this could be that situation where you've got the two plugs here. So if you actually wanted to charge up the camera and this at the same time, you can do that. You've got the other extension here for your handle as well. You use for other things too, like for the receiver for the microphone. You're going to need that. And that's why that comes with the creator combo. Pretty simple. I mean, not a whole lot of stuff to take out. Everything fits in there real well. But I'm excited. And I'm going to start actually doing some video with this DJI Pocket. But yeah, it's going to be a great little product to use. All right, if this video was helpful for you, leave us one of these. We really appreciate that. And if you're the kind of person that's into these type of videos, maybe you like camping, maybe you like traveling, maybe you like drones or DJI products, definitely subscribe to our channel. We appreciate that as well, because we do like putting information out there. If you've got comments or you have one of these products as well, leave them down below. I want to see the comments. If you have questions, definitely ask the questions, because we like seeing that kind of stuff. So thank you so much for watching our video. We really appreciate it.
That's good. That was good.
Hey guys, this is the end of the video. Make sure that you like and subscribe for more great content that is ready to come. Peace out.